Let's see if this thing is still working. Let's see. Yeah, it looks like it's already recording. Shh. Don't cry, sweetie. It won't do you any good. You look at the camera lens. Very good. Don't worry, I'm going to let you go. But first, I want to have a little fun. Nothing will hurt you. Smile for the camera one last time. How little has this girl lasted? They're getting more and more boring. Well, maybe I can use some parts of her body as a souvenir. She won't need it anymore. For those of you who don't know me yet, my real name is Paula Russell, although everyone knows me as Sherry Paw. Don't be confused by my sweet and kind way of speaking. I only use it to deceive. Although I haven't always been like this. Before, I had a different life. Before becoming what I am. 7 years ago, I lived in a small town with my older brother. My father left us, I never got to know him, and my mother died when I was only 3 years old. Alex, which is my brother's name, was 20 at the time. He took care of me and treated me very well. He knew all my tastes and gave me my whims. He was the one who nicknamed me Cherry Pau because I love cherries and I have eyes of the same color. I loved him very much. Realized that he played mother and father at the same time, and he was also very young. He only had one flaw. He was too protective of me. I understand that he wanted to take care of me, but he wouldn't let me go outside. He always kept me locked up at home. That made me sad. That night I had a horrible nightmare. Everything around me was gray, and I had a mirror in front of me. Looking at myself in the reflection, there was a different Polly. She had a bloody knife, and behind her, a man from behind whose face I couldn't see. Suddenly, my other self pounced on me, wanting to stab me, and I finally woke up. That nightmare had kept me awake. I looked at the door and was surprised to see it open. I thought that maybe my brother had forgotten to close it, so I went to his room and, like he was still asleep, I had an idea. It was my chance to go out alone without him finding out. I felt freer than ever. I ran, I jumped, I loved feeling the air blowing against my face. Then I sat down with my back against a tree. I can't describe how happy I was at that moment. Suddenly, a young man's voice startled me. I didn't know him. He told me his name was Bruce and asked me what I was doing there. And again, another male voice, but in this case, it was my brother who was calling my name, looking for me. The young man who was with me said goodbye and left quickly, right before my brother showed up and dragged me back home. When we arrived, I tried to make Alice see that I could go out more times. Nothing had happened to me. However, he was very angry and slapped me. He had never hit me. I didn't recognize him. I yelled at him that I hated him and ran to my room. After what happened, I spent several days without speaking to my brother. I was sad, lonely, and broken. And that's when Kate, my imaginary friend, first appeared. He had the same name and appearance as my favorite stuffed animal. Kate showed up in my life when I needed him the most. He made my last days in that house better, just before what happened that night. I woke up with a big noise. It seemed to come from below. I was still mad at my brother, but he might be in danger or need my help. As always, my door was locked, so I wouldn't escape. My friend Kate gave me the idea to climb down through the window using some rope sheets. So I wasted no time and we slipped into the garden. When we were downstairs, we looked from the outside through one of the windows. Bruce, the guy who had met me that night, was pointing a gun at Alex. Couldn't be true. I ran for help. And I found the man of my dream. He had red eyes like me. He was my father. He locked me up in a mansion and trained me and prepared me to be the Sherry Paw of today. He taught me that I have a great ability to kill. Now that you know me, run away. Soon, I can be by your side. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like it. And if you want to see more Draw My Life videos, subscribe to our channel. See you in the next episode.